Hello and welcome back, Attaway Appealers. This is the 4th ever episode of the official Attaway Appeal Podcast. I'm your host, Rhyme McAdams. Rooney unfortunately couldn't be here today, but we do have some very special guest hosts filling in. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome my friends Autumn Miller and Zoe Valentine to the podcast.
Hi guys, I'm Autumn.
Hi, I'm Zoe.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. For those of you who may be tuning in for the first time, this is a podcast where we all talk about the latest Attaway news, updates, mysteries, and gossip at Attaway.
And at Millwood, there are Millwood appealers out there too, and they deserve representation.
That's true. We've actually gotten a lot of emails and reviews from our friends at Millwood, so we're excited to have you here.
Wait, but isn't this like an Attaway podcast? It's kind of the name, right?
Well, unfortunately, we don't have a podcast at Millwood.
Yeah, we don't discriminate.
Well, maybe Millwood should get their own podcast.
Okay, we're all about inclusivity here. You know what they say? There's nothing like a unifying medium of a podcast to bring people together.
Do they? Do they say that?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
What's Rooney up to, by the way?
Oh, she's at the dentist.
Oh, is she okay?
Yeah, I think it's just standard teeth cleaning. She clearly takes her teeth a lot more seriously than this podcast.
Well, the dentist is very important. I happen to love the dentist.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, I feel like that's very on brand for you.
Okay, I'm not really sure what that's supposed to mean, but I'm going to assume it is a compliment.
Definitely a compliment. So what's the plan for today, Rhyme? Why'd you drag me all the way over to Attaway?
Okay, I did not force you to come, and in regard in today's episode, I've got some good news and some bad news.
Would you say there's more good news or more bad news? Personally, I prefer the good stuff.
Definitely more good.
That's good.
Very good.
Then I'll start with the good news.
Let's hear it.
All right, well, Principal Mathers and the school board listened to our first couple of episodes and decided not to cancel the podcast.
Oh my god, congrats, Rhyme.
We've actually been pulling in a decent amount of listeners, so a big thank you to all the loyal appealers out there. Every like, subscribe, and review goes a long way toward keeping Mathers from kicking us off the air.
Wait, he wants to kick you off the air?
Not exactly. Principal Mathers just felt that our previous episodes had a tendency to go off the rails a bit.
I mean, yeah, I listened to them and I can kind of see where he's coming from.
The bathroom rankings were very insightful, though.
Yeah, well, he also didn't love that we kept talking about his loneliness.
Yeah, I can also understand that.
Sorry, Principal Mathers. It was not our intention to hurt your feelings. We appreciate you and thank you for letting us continue with this podcast.
Mr. Lane always talks to us about how lonely he is, but he says he channels it into making great art.
Who's Mr. Lane?
Oh, he's our vice principal.
What kind of art does he do?
A lot of pottery.
Well, I've been thinking about picking up knitting.
As an art form?
Have you seen some of the sweater designs people make? Okay, they belong in the museum right next to the Renaissance painters. And about what you said earlier, who isn't lonely sometimes, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I think we all experience it. I ate lunch in a bathroom stall on several occasions during freshman year.
Oh, Rhyme. Sometimes I would eat in the back corner of the library and I'd have to hide from librarians because, you're not supposed to have food in there.
But look at us now.
Look at us go. Wow.
Sometimes I go and sit in the stall just to collect myself. It's honestly a good place to just take some deep breaths in between class periods, you know?
That's kind of a pro tip.
Also, to be clear, there's absolutely nothing wrong with eating by yourself. I actually kind of like eating alone.
Agreed. If you can get past worrying about how other people see you, it's actually really nice to take some solo time in the middle of the day.
But anyone at Attaway or Millwood, if you don't want to eat lunch alone, keep an eye out for us. Zoe, Rhyme, or Autumn would be happy to sit with you always.
100%.
Well, we got a little sidetracked, didn't we?
Yeah, what's this bad news you were talking about?
Oh, yeah, right. The bad news, it's not that bad. I mean, the school board just gave us a list of topics they'd like us to talk about to make sure our podcast is properly serving the Attaway community.
Have we been on topic so far?
Yeah, not really.
Well, what kind of things are on the list?
All right, let me see. I guess we may as well just start at the top and work our way down.
Hand it over, I want to look. The weather? They want you to discuss the weather? Come on, that's so lame.
All right, you know what? We'll move on.
Wait, what? No, I refuse to break the rules that have been given to us, okay?
Well then, would you like to be our designated weather woman, Zoe?
When I was younger, I wanted to be the greatest weather woman that there ever was. But in response to your question, yes. It's 34 degrees Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, sunset at 6:23 p.m., air quality poor. For our listeners with asthma, I recommend staying inside.
How did you do that without looking at your phone?
Yeah, what? Did you just pull those numbers out of thin air?
I read the newspaper every morning.
Aw, baby, I didn't realize you were 60 years old.
And that was Zoe with the weather, everybody.
Thank you.
Speaking of weather, what's the fall equivalent of hot girl summer?
It's dark out at 5 p.m. and I'm cold all the time. Fall.
Doesn't quite roll off the tongue.
How about apple picking, Autumn?
Aww,
that was very wholesome.
Maybe we should go to an orchard this weekend.
Oh my god, I'm so down.
Yeah, I need to check my calendar, but that sounds lovely.
A calendar? Look at you all put together. You've come a long way since you managed to board the wrong plane on spring break.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's a low blow, pal. You're well aware that I was emotionally distressed at the time.
I'm curious how you managed to get on the plane in the first place. It just makes me wonder how effective airport security really is.
No, people board the wrong planes all the time. It's a classic mix-up.
Okay, sure. I got my favorite hand cream taken by security on spring break, and they let you go to Miami on the wrong flight. How is that fair? Okay?
Excuse me, we wouldn't have met and began our beautiful friendship if that didn't happen, so I consider it a blessing in disguise.
Okay, that is true. I still kind of miss my hand lotion, though.
Valid. That's valid.
Thank you.
Moving on, some club updates. Our good friend Ellie and the Attaway debate team will be hosting a bake sale next Tuesday. They're raising money for new equipment and they want to make sure everyone knows about it.
What kind of equipment does the debate team need?
Yeah, no, that seems a little suspicious.
A podium maybe? Wait, does that count as equipment?
You know, that actually reminds me of a few years back when the Millwood Ultimate Frisbee team raised a ton of money and then used it to bring Imagine Dragons to a house party in Carl Dixon's pool house.
Yeah, Millwood kids would like Imagine Dragons.
I'm impressed they raised that much money. What?
Yeah, well, long story short, we no longer have an Ultimate Frisbee team.
I don't think they're pulling a fast one. All I know is that my girl Ellie is on the team and I'll support her all day, every day. So go buy some overcooked baked goods.
I'm just saying, I'm onto them.
Well, I'll alert Ellie. Anyways, yes, the bake sale is next Wednesday. Everything's $1, so bring cash. Don't show up without cash and ask if there's Venmo. Do not even ask.
Personally, I'm really hoping they make puppy chow.
Yeah, I don't really know what that is, but it sounds bad.
Okay, you are missing out.
Yeah, I've had some bad experiences with baked goods lately.
Same, like an overly crumbly croissant. There's nothing more disappointing than a French pastry that disintegrates in your fingertips, right?
Not exactly. My friend Kate brought brownies to school and everyone got sick from them. Like, throw up in your backpack kind of sick.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like vomit in your locker kind of sick.
Oh, gross.
Like up chunk on your dad's truck kind of sick.
Oh my, does your dad drive a truck?
Yes.
Oh, so that was a personal experience?
Correct.
All right. Well, now you've created a very vivid image in my mind and managed to ruin brownies for me forever.
Oh, don't worry, I'm done now.
Did they say anything about if they'll have croissants at the bake sale? Once I start thinking about them, my stomach refuses to forget.
Next on this list, Attaway Academics.
This is barely above weather in terms of interesting conversation topics.
I thought I brought a lot of pizzazz to my weather report earlier. Thank you very much.
You did, Zoe, you did. Anyway, we've been asked to congratulate the Attaway Student of the Month.
Is it me?
Yeah, I'm afraid Millwood students don't qualify for this honorable award.
Ugh, what a scam.
But I think you will be pleased to hear who it is, though.
Do I know them?
Yes.
Do I?
You know her better than Autumn.
Ooh.
For her consistent scholarly success and considerable contributions to the Attaway student government, I would like to congratulate our very own Zoe Valentine for earning the Student of the Month title.
Oh, babe, I'm so proud of you.
What? I don't know what to say. I'm so flattered. I'm gonna have my picture up on the wall on school property.
It would take a long time to sum up why Zoe is the definition of a Student of the Month, but I'll start by saying she is a genius.
A very kind genius.
And hilarious.
And a good friend.
And really hardworking.
And a skilled magician.
With a surprisingly firm handshake.
That's true.
We all know there's nothing worse than a limp handshake, but Zoe's is perfect.
You guys are making me blush. What?
Can we get a celebratory magic trick?
I suppose I've got a little something up my sleeve.
Okay, wow, I wish you all could see this.
I don't believe my eyes.
Zoe's literally currently pulling this never-ending rainbow-colored cloth out of her mouth, and it doesn't stop.
She's been yanking this thing out for like 30 seconds. There's no end in sight. Are you okay?
Is that coming out of your stomach?
It can't be, can it?
A magician never tells her secrets. That's rule number 1. Actually, I think that's number 2. Rule number 1 is always be wary of your audience's nut allergies.
People used to really hate magic. Have you guys heard of the Salem witch trials?
I know you love history, but I don't think we're going to delve into that today, Autumn.
Save it for next time then.
Sure, next time. Do you guys know what time it is?
3:57 p.m.
No, not the literal time. Whatever, doesn't matter. We've got to do our weekly advertisement.
Ooh, what are we talking about today?
Only the finest coffee shop in town.
Juniors.
Exactly. I don't know where to begin with Juniors. I think everyone's pretty well aware that they have the best beans in the county, and even if you're having the worst day possible, he'll find a way to put a smile on your face.
Truly one of the kindest people I've ever met.
I was legitimately having the worst day possible on Monday. I bombed a test, cracked my phone screen, went to Juniors after school, realized I'd lost my wallet, but guess what? He made me a latte on the house.
I literally think he's given out so many coffees on the house. I'm not sure if I've ever seen him charge anyone.
Junior, please charge people for their coffee. Free drinks for everyone is not a good sales model, and I think all of us would be very sad if you went out of business. So.
Where would we go on dates? Where would we finish our homework? Where would we conspire against evil teachers who are trying to tear our friend group apart?
That's an actual thing.
Yeah, it is if you go to Millwood. Ask Diana.
You bring up an interesting point.
How so?
Just, I've been seeing a lot of Millwood kids around Juniors lately.
And what exactly is that supposed to mean, Rhyme?
I just think she's saying that Juniors should be more of an Attaway thing, you know?
Is there a problem here?
No. I'm just curious. Are there no coffee shops in Millwood or something? Juniors is kind of out of the way for you guys.
Well, there are coffee shops in Millwood. We just like seeing all of our Attaway friends, like you guys.
Oh, hold up. My mom's calling me. I'm going to go step out for a second. Can you guys pause it?
Well.
How do you think you paused the recording? What's happening? Why are you looking at me like that?
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Based on your facial expression right now, I highly doubt that.
Okay, so just go along with me for a moment, okay?
Okay, fine.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Millwood Minute. I'm your host, Autumn, and this is the podcast where we keep you up to date on the hottest goss and the sizzling stories that make our little town the best in the county.
The local travel guide ranks Attaway higher than Millwood in every regard other than crime rates. So
you're saying there's less crime in Millwood?
Oh, no, the crime rates are higher.
Okay, well, that's not what we're talking about on the Millwood Minute today. Firstly, I'd like to thank my first guest, Zoe Valentine.
To be clear, I really did not sign up for this.
So let's get into the news. Last night, Millwood Jr. Scotty Markison hosted a secret battle of the bands in his basement. 15 minutes into the band's performance, an unnamed freshman set fire to Scotty's recliner couch. How insane.
What? Why would he do that? Why would you set fire to a couch?
I don't know, he thought it was cold in the basement.
Flawless logic.
Yeah. Well, the fire was swiftly extinguished, but the Battle of the Bands was called off. No one was harmed in the blaze. Turning now to traffic. There have been reports of slowdowns during the morning drop-off at Millwood High due to eager parents ignoring the signage and cutting into the bus lane. This morning, I saw a student hurl a ham and cheese sandwich at one of these aggressive cars, nailing the driver in the face. Everyone started clapping.
Autumn, what are you doing?
She mutinied your podcast.
And that's all the time we have for today, folks. That was the Millwood Minute. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Same place, same time. Maybe.
Autumn!
What? I was just practicing my journalism skills. You've inspired me, baby.
What was your mom calling you about, Rhyme?
Oh, it was just a butt dial that she turned into a full conversation.
My dad does that.
Yesterday, my dad managed to butt text me 4 consecutive pictures of the inside of his back pocket. Then he called me later asking if I knew where his house keys were. And I did. They were in his back pocket.
All right, what's next on this list, Autumn?
Well, it's the last item, but I can't really read the handwriting. I think it just says pants teachers.
Pants teachers? What's that supposed to mean?
Like the verb to pants?
I'm not familiar with that verb.
It's a prank where you pull someone's pants down.
Oh, that sounds like a terrible prank. What?
Yeah, I don't think it flies anymore.
Kids still do it at Millwood.
That checks out.
Okay, relax.
Sorry.
Well, what else could it mean?
Maybe it's a new dress code? Teachers have to wear pants? There's nothing worse than a teacher wearing shorts, especially cargo shorts. I mean, come on, have some self-respect.
Well, especially when paired with socks and sandals.
The worst.
Okay, guys, cargo shorts are not that bad. They are very practical, okay?
No comment.
Let me see the sheet. Okay, this very clearly says parent teachers, as in parent-teacher conferences.
I see, I have really bad eyes.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
No pants.
Yeah, listen, I stand by the reminder that teachers should have to wear pants.
Everyone make sure to check your time slot on the notice board in the main hallway. The conferences are coming up next week, and it's a real headache if you miss your session.
Parent-teacher conferences make me so anxious.
Why? I feel you got nothing to worry about.
I know. I work hard and I don't cut class or anything. It's more my dad makes me nervous.
Okay, tell us about it.
Well, you two haven't met him, but I guess you could say he's a little rough around the edges. Like, great guy at heart, but he doesn't always get along with teachers or other parents.
Do you have an example? Only if you want to talk about it.
Last time he came to school, he got kicked out for trying to smoke a cigar in the middle of the conference.
Oh. Well, yeah, that's very bold of him.
Yeah, no, definitely wasn't a huge hit with the faculty. Smoke set off a fire alarm, ceiling sprinklers got triggered. Everyone ended up soaking wet.
Wow, that sounds like a real hot mess.
Yep, yeah, just total mess. I constantly have to remind him that it's not the early 2000s and you're not allowed to smoke indoors anymore.
Not to mention, it's unhealthy in general.
Oh, trust me, I've had that conversation plenty of times. He's a stubborn one.
I don't mean to pry, but if it does matter to you, it's probably worth it to keep trying to talk to him about it.
No, not prying at all. I appreciate your insight always, and I will keep pressing him on it. He's a little bit self-destructive, and I don't want anything to happen to him.
You're a good daughter.
Thank you.
All right, well, I guess that covers parent-teacher conferences, as well as pantsing teachers.
We did it!
Beautiful. Thank you for helping me get through this list.
It was our pleasure.
Before we wrap this up, I'd like to make an announcement about next week's episode.
Oh, what's happening next week?
Ever since we did the episode on the mystery of the Dino Nuggets, we've been getting a lot of emails from our listeners suggesting other mysteries and conspiracies that they want to see us investigate.
Wow, really? What kind of tips are you getting?
We've seen everything from accusations of grade tampering to a story about a rollerblader prankster who's sneaking up on kids and shoving food in their faces.
Yes, nothing worse than a food bomb to the face. I've heard about that.
I'm sorry. Okay, why do I not know anything? Did you just say food bomb?
Yeah, no, it's what happens when someone sneaks up on you when you're eating and shoves your hand so that you smash your food in your face, creating a sort of like food beard. It's gross. It's also been called the porridge plop because it works well with breakfast foods. You've never heard of this?
No, that sounds awful.
Awful. Very awful. And mean and stupid. I don't recommend it.
In any case, we want to hear your mystery suggestions. So whether you've been the victim of a food bomb or suspect a greater miscarriage of justice is at play, we want to hear about it. You can send us your suggestions on the link on our website.
Speaking of mysteries, do you guys know anything about the ghosts on the 4th floor?
We're actually not authorized to discuss the ghost, Zoe.
I'm sorry, the what?
No further questions, please.
Fine.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Bye!
Peace out, Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts and non-binary Scouts.
Yeah!
Yeah!